waweze kulipa mishahara na waweze kulipia huduma katika kaunti zao. Mheshimiwa Spika, jambo la pili ambalo pia limenisikitisha ni hali ya haki za binadamu katika nchi yetu. Tumeona wakati wa maandamano ya Gen Z vijana wengi walipigwa risasi na kuuliwa kiholela. Mheshimiwa Spika, japokuwa rais aliweza kutoa hakikisho kwamba wale wote ambao waliua bila ya hatia wataweza kuchukuliwa hatua, lakini mpaka sasa Mheshimiwa Spika, hatujaona jambo lolote ambalo limefanyika kutekeleza azimio hilo la rais, na vile vile pia kuwahakikishia familia za wale ambao wameondokewa kwamba haki itatendeka kuhusiana na watoto wao na jamaa zao. Mheshimiwa Spika, jambo lingine la kusikitisha pia ni kwamba masuala ya utekaji nyara yamezidi katika nchi yetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, ya karibuni ni kisa ambacho wahamiaji wanne wa asili ya Kiturki waliweza kutekwa nyara hapa Nairobi na wakapelekwa Turkey bila ya familia zao kujulishwa wala bila ya kufuata njia ya sheria. Mheshimiwa Spika, sheria yetu inatoa fursa kwamba ikiwa mhalifu yuko hapa na anatakana katika nchi nyingine, na kwamba kuna makubaliano kati ya nchi yetu na ile nchi, anatakana apelekwe kotini afanyiwe kesi ya uhamisho ili aweze kwenda kushtakiwa na yale makosa ambayo yako kule. Lakini Mheshimiwa Spika, tumeona kwamba watu walichukuliwa kiholela, wao wa Turki wakapelekwa wakarejeshwa Istanbul ili kushtakiwa katika nchi ile kwa makosa ambayo hayajulikani. Mheshimiwa Spika, hii ikikumbukwa kwamba hawa walikuwa ni wahamiaji halali katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, ina maana kwamba mhamiaji yoyote hayuko salama na ile nchi ambayo amehamia. Mheshimiwa Spika, mwingine ambaye amechukuliwa wiki mbili zilizopita ni kiongozi wa upinzani Dr. Kiza Besigye ambaye alichukuliwa hapa Nairobi pia katika hali hizo hizo. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, utekaji nyara na mauaji ya kiholela extrajudicial killings ni mambo ambayo rais angeweza kuyazungumzia kwa undani zaidi, kwa sababu ni mambo ambayo yanahusiana na usalama wa Wakenya. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naona kwamba hata mimi mwenyewe pia binafsi sina usalama kwamba ikiwa mtu anaweza kutekwa nyara akenda akauliwa, na wengi wameuliwa vijana ambao walishiriki katika maandamano ya Gen Z. Mheshimiwa Spika, vile vile rais tulimtarajia kwamba atazungumzia zile cheche ambazo vijana wa Gen Z walikuwa nazo wakati walipoandamana mpaka katika bunge hili mwezi wa 6 mwaka huu. Mheshimiwa Spika, lakini rais hakuweza kuyazungumzia hayo. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa hivyo ni wazi kwamba mambo mengi ambayo yanaathiri wa Kenya Mheshimiwa rais pamoja na washauri wake hawayasikizi na wala hawayafuati. Mheshimiwa Spika, tutaona pia kwamba japokuwa Kenya yetu ni demokrasia, masuala haya ya mauaji ya kiholela, masuala haya ya utekaji nyara, masuala haya ya kugandamiza haki za binadamu kupitia kwa mambo kama mauaji na mengineyo yanatia doa nchi yetu, kwa sababu nchi yetu ni nchi ambayo iko katika ile tunaitwa kwa Kiingereza Community of Nations. Tumesaini mikataba mingi, tumesaini mikataba ya kuwalinda wahamiaji, tumesaini mikataba ya kulinda haki za binadamu, tumesaini mikataba mingi Mheshimiwa Spika, ambayo hatuwezi kuipuuza kwa sababu sisi tumekubalika katika community ile tunaitwa Community of Nations. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, hotuba hii haikukamilika Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu mambo ambayo tumeyazungumzia ni mambo ambayo ni muhimu, ilikuwa yafaa yazungumziwe na rais katika hotuba yake. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Tabitha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I rise, Mr. Speaker, to really appreciate the President for his precise, timely, and direct to the point address of the nation last week on Thursday, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me start by really appreciating on the topic and on the issue of the femicide that the President was able to touch on, Mr. Speaker. As women leaders, Mr. Speaker, we were very delighted when this subject matter was also addressed at his level, because this is a national crisis issue, Mr. Speaker. This is an issue that we strongly, strongly condemn. And also, I want to pass my quick recovery remarks to one Florence Wanjiko, who's currently recovering in Nakuru Hospital after the heinous actions by one Mr. Elias, Mr. Speaker. These are the issues, Mr. Speaker, that even the president condemns highly. And I really want to appreciate the fact that he has also directed that there be GBV desks at the county level, at the mashinani level, whereby women can be able to quickly get services and quick responsive services, unlike where these desks have been situated currently at the police stations, and it has been a challenge, such that when these accidents occur, it becomes a challenge for women to come out and be able to address this particular issue, because they look as if they're just domestic matters and they should just go back and address their own domestic issues. But when these desks have been directed to be narrowed to the mashinani level, Mr. Speaker, then it gives a wider coverage area as far as the issues of femicide are concerned in this country. On the same, he also talked that let there be different parenting as far as the boy child is concerned. Let them be strengthened so that even when it comes to societal matters, family matters, the boy child grows to more responsible, and these issues that we are seeing that are coming from the men will definitely be reduced in future, is what we pray for, Mr. Speaker. So we really appreciate him on that. The cancellation of the contract for Adani, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when you remember when the issue of Adani came out, there were so many concerns, especially from our brothers and sisters working at the Kenya Airports Authority, who voiced out and said they were not comfortable with this kind of agreement that they felt is coming, and they did not really get to understand. Mr. Speaker, this cancellation is an indication that the president is listening to the people. When you remember on the issue of the education funding model, the students from the university level raised concerns on the model structure that has been implemented. And the president took his time, did a county hall meeting, and was able to have a conversation with the comrades from the different universities in this country. Still another indication that he's still listening to the people. Mr. Speaker, further to that, if you remember a few months back when Parliament was invaded because of the issue of the finance bill, and what happened? The president did not assent. Still an indication that he's a listening president, because there has been concerns. Is he really listening? And the cancellation of Adani last week by the president is a total evidence that he's going to continue to listen, and is a listening president, so that these issues that Kenyans raise can be able to be addressed, and addressed in a better way. It is a high time as a country we embrace the PPP system, because looking at our financial status, the recurrent expenditure is very high. And we need the PPPs so as to develop the infrastructures that are going to improve and our economy moving forward. Mr. Speaker, on his address still, the president touched on the issue of the teachers. And we are very happy because this year alone, there has been employment for over 56,000 teachers in our country, cutting across, which then improves our education system, Mr. Speaker. At the same time, Speaker, there is a plan next year, January, to be able to recruit 20,000 teachers. This process is ongoing. Within these 2 years, we'll be achieving 76,000 teachers employment, something that has not happened within the past years. And this is a big stride. And this is going to ensure even the issues that are currently raised, the issues of concern by our young people, with the stable education system, it's going to ensure it addresses mostly this issue. The agricultural sector, and narrowing it to the pricing and the cost of the fertilizer, which has gone down to 2,500. The VAT cut cost on the raw materials for products like the pesticide, which still narrows the cost of production for our produce for the end user, Mr. Speaker. Lowering of those cost of prices then lowers the commodity price. Case example, the cost of unga. Hence, we achieve the food security factor. These prices have been lowered, and these are some of the reasons that brought about the cost of production going down. Fertilizers played a very key role, and this is a very big impact to us as a country. Mr. Speaker, the issue of Taifa Care is something that the president brings it out with a lot of passion. Both houses passed this particular bill, the universal health care. And the chief takes care broadly from the issue of emergencies. Today, when you find the way it has been when someone gets an accident, some Kenyans have been lenient enough to be able to assist them, some have not. And the reason has been then when you get them to this particular hospital, then who takes care of the bill? But right now, as we speak, Chief takes care in such a way that when you take this particular patient to the hospital, the law, the Chief requires that they should be given medical care. At the same time, it narrows it to the outpatient, inpatient care that, of course, NHIF took care. Further to that now, it takes care of the chronic diseases, Mr. Speaker. Case example, cancer. People have had to do contributions to travel out of the country to be able to get medical specialization, medical care. And this is a very expensive affair, Mr. Speaker, financially. It has drained families. People have lost their loved one because they have to travel out of this country, which is very expensive, to be able to get adequate medical attention. With Chief in place, it is taking care chronic diseases. Mr. Speaker, also, the fund is going to have a facility maintenance for the equipments within these hospitals, whereby the facilities are going to be up to date, such that people do not need to get the answer of that there is no machinery or the machine has a challenge and you cannot be able to get your medical test and all that. So the fund still narrows and ensures that the fund is going to ensure that the equipments within the different hospitals are maintained to the standard, and still there can be an opportunity for the hospitals to acquire more modern machines that are up to date, that are able to take care of the modern technology that is in place. Talking about technology, Mr. Speaker, the president talked about the issue of digitalization. As we speak, when we started, actually, we had about 300 digital services in this country. But as we speak, that has increased to about 25,000 e-services in this country. And we look forward for at least 99 or even achieving 100% of all government entities offering their services in a digital manner. And I speak as the ambassador of ICDL, and I'm a champion of digital literacy. And so the aspect of digital, even where we've seen constituencies through the members of parliament have been able to set the digital hubs, which not only create jobs, Mr. Speaker, but are able to ensure that the services that the government is offering are spread across all over, Mr. Speaker. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, the president was able to talk about the issue of the protest. And the constitution is very clear, Mr. Speaker, as far as the protests are concerned, that protests are allowed, but they need to be peaceful. Demonstrations and picketing need to be very peaceful. No one has said, the president did not say that only a specific group or
Senator Matzayo.
Asante sana mstahiki Spika. Mstahiki Spika, kwanza kabisa nataka nimpatie kongole rais kwa kuweza kutoa taarifa yake kwa nchi nzima ya Kenya ya mwaka huu. Sikudhani kwa sababu siku zilikuwa zinayoyoma na mwaka unaendelea kuisha, kalenda yetu ya bunge ilikuwa imefika mwisho, tumebaki tu na kama siku 6 ama 7 bunge kuweza kueneza kupelekwa katika likizo. Lakini ni vyema alikuja na aliweza kutoa hotuba kwa taifa ya mwaka wake wa 2024. Cha umuhimu katika hotuba ya rais huwa ni kawaida aweze kugusia mambo mbalimbali ya muhimu ambayo wananchi wa Kenya wangependa kuyasikia na wangependa kuona ya kwamba suluhisho limepatikana. Mheshimiwa Spika, na rais katika hotuba yake aliyotoa hakuweza kugusia kitu cha muhimu ambacho kilitendeka mwaka huu katika majengo yetu ya bunge, ikiwa anatoa taarifa yake ya nchi na vile vile alikuja kutoa hiyo taarifa akiwa ndani ya bunge. Na kitendo cha umuhimu kilichotendeka ndani ya bunge ni kwamba kuna vijana wa kike na kiume waliumizwa, waliuawa huko nje katika majengo katika barabara tofauti tofauti za hapa Nairobi, na hususan wengi waliweza kupoteza maisha yao ndani ya bunge. Kwa hiyo lilikuwa jambo la muhimu kuona kwamba rais katika hotuba yake ya mwaka wa 2024 akiwa ndani ya bunge ambapo vijana wadogo wachanga Gen Z waliweza kupigwa risasi na polisi wetu na wakafa. Ni wengi, hatuwezi kusema ni wangapi, lakini ni wengi waliopata maafa, na ni wengi pia waliopata majeraha, na ni wengi pia ambao hivi sasa bado wako hospitali, na ni wengi pia ambao hivi sasa walifariki na hawakujulikana, wazazi wao na watafuta, hawezi kuelewa wako wapi. Kwa hiyo lilikuwa jambo la muhimu katika hotuba yake aweze kueleza Wakenya kinaga hawa watoto wengine waliopotea wako wapi, hawa walioumia wameweza kupata matibabu, hawa ambao hawakuumia lakini waliweza kuumia kidogo kidogo wakaenda hospitali, je, bili zao zimelipwa? Na wale ambao waliweza kupoteza maisha yao, je, serikali imechukua hatua gani, ikiwa bunge lenyewe limepitisha ya kwamba hao waliopoteza maisha na wale walioumia waweze kulipwa kulingana na yale maumivu yao, ama kulingana na pesa walizoweza kupata kulipa ili kuwezesha wapendwa wao wale waliozikwa. Bwana Spika, la pili ni kwamba ilikuwa ni muhimu aweze kukemea ama aweze kusema katika hotuba yake kwamba hakufurahi na vitendo vilivyofanywa na polisi vya kuweza kutumia nguvu zaidi ya vile ambavyo walikuwa wamefundishwa kule Kiganjo, ili wakikutana na kesi kama hivyo, na hawa ni vijana wadogo, waliruka wakaingia hapa, wakaenda dining wakakula chakula, wengine wakaingia ndani hapa ndani ya bunge wakasema wale waliosema, lakini yote tisa na 10 ni kwamba kuna watoto wetu ambao waliweza kuumia. Bwana Spika, sasa watu wamesonga mbele. Wale walioumia wakati wa mgomo, nataka kuona ya kwamba rais baadaye atatafakari na ataweza kuchukua hatua ya kuona kwamba hao vijana wetu wa Gen Z wameweza kupata afueni katika mahospitali, katika yale mazishi waliopata, kama kulikuwa na mazishi, pesa zao zimelipwa, na hatimaye vile vile wale ambao walifariki ama walifanya ajali mbalimbali, huduma za kuwasaidia zimetendeka. Cha pili, Bwana Spika, ningependa kama katika hotuba yake pia tukizingatia kwamba elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Katika hotuba hii mambo ya elimu yalikuwa muhimu sana, hususan natueleze ya kwamba ni kwa nini hivi sasa katika historia ya Kenya tokea ipate uhuru kumekuwa na migomo mingi sana. Kila sekta tunaona kuna migomo, lakini ya muhimu zaidi ni kwamba kumekuwa na migomo ya walimu, kuanzia university mpaka hizi kina KUPPET na NAT, kumekuwa na migomo tofauti tofauti mara nyingi. Ni nini inazusha hii migomo? Hilo ni jambo muhimu ambalo angekuwa lizingatia katika hotuba yake ya mwaka huu. Akatueleza ni hatua gani serikali inachukua kuona ya kwamba migomo ya walimu ambayo inatendeka kila uchao, mpaka hivi sasa tunavyoongea sasa, maprofesa wa university wameenda kutoka Moi University, kutoka pengine ni Nairobi University, kutoka wapi, kila mahali watu wamegoma. Kwa hiyo Bwana Spika, ingekuwa muhimu zaidi kuona ya kwamba rais mwenyewe ameweza kuweka hiyo katika taarifa yake ambayo anahutubia Wakenya mwaka huu, lakini hakuweza kuiweka, na hiyo migomo mpaka hivi sasa inaendelea, hakuweza kupatia suluhu ambalo lilikuwa ni jukumu lake la muhimu kuambia Wakenya, ili watoto wetu ambao tunawapeleka university waweze kumaliza masomo yao wakati unaohitajika, sio kwamba wanaketi kule kozi ya miaka 4 wanafanya miaka 6. Itakuwa si jambo la heshima, na si jambo zuri. Ya mwisho Bwana Spika, si mwisho lakini nataka kugusia tu kwamba uchumi wetu wa nchi yetu ya Kenya. Katika uchumi wetu hivi sasa tunaona ya kwamba kuna afueni kidogo, lakini haijatosha. Afueni kidogo imeingia ya kwa vitu kidogo kama unga kidogo pengine umerudi chini kidogo, mboga kidogo zinaweza kupatikana, lakini mambo mengi bado ya kuweza kuchukua mkono na kuweka kwenye sahani na kuchukua chakula na kula bado yako na shida. Kila kitu bado kimekuwa bado ni kigumu, na ilikuwa muhimu sana angeweza kuangalia hilo jambo. Cha pili ni kwamba Bwana Spika, tuko na mambo ya medical insurance covers. Kuna SHA na hii tunasema ya kwamba ingekuwa pia rais aliweza kufafanua vizuri jambo hili. Hatuioni hizo insurance zote mbili zikiwa zinafanya kazi kamilifu. Wengi wamekwenda katika mahospitali na wengi wameweza kuambiwa hii siwezi kukubaliana nayo. Mimi mwenyewe niko na daktari wangu, nilienda kumuona na akaniambia bwana, nikamwambia bwana, sioni watu hapa wakitumia zile kadi zao za SHI na SHA. Akasema hizo bwana, hatukubaliani nazo. Ikiwa madaktari wenyewe wale professionals hawawezi kukubaliana na hiyo inamaanisha kwamba bado kuna shida, bado kuna shida. Rais anaweza kuwa na nia nzuri ya kuona ya kwamba wale watu, kila mtu amepata huduma za kuweza kujifaidisha kiafya, lakini katika ikifika saa implementation wengi wanambwaga rais, lakini watu wengine bado wanamchelewesha katika zile tegemeo lake alilosema kwamba atasaidia Wakenya. Lakini tukiona hivi sasa hiyo medical cover ya SHI na SHA zote mbili ziko na shida ama hazifanyi kazi vile vinavyotakana kutekelezwa. Bwana Spika, nataka kusema pia vile mawaziri wake anayosema rais ni lazima atimize, lakini mara nyingi tunaona jambo la kusikitisha, ikiwa mahali ambapo rais atakuwa anaweza kuongea kitu alafu jambo hilo lisiwe, wale wanaendelea kumbwaga rais. Ikiwa rais mwenyewe anasema kitu kama CBA, ile tunaita collective bargaining agreement, ni ya nini waziri wako wewe wa elimu atie kidole? Ama ni wa nini wewe waziri wako wa afya atie kidole katika CBA ya kwamba tutatekeleza mshahara kama huu ifikapo baada ya miaka 2 ama baada ya mwaka 1, na alafu asitekeleze? Na hapo ndio kunaanza mambo ya migomo. Kwa hiyo tunasema ya kwamba ingekuwa bora rais aweze kuambia wale watu wake ya kwamba kutoka hivi sasa sitataka waziri wangu aweze kusign CBA ya wafanyikazi ilhali hakuona hali ya uchumi, ama ilhali hakuona kama serikali inaweza kutimiza wajibu wake wa kukamilisha lile deni la wale walimu ama watekelezaji kazi katika pande zote zinazotakana, kama pande za afya, pande za elimu, pande za mambo mengine. La mwisho Bwana Rais, la mwisho kuweza kueleza rais katika ile hotuba yake aliyokuwa akisema, aliongea vizuri sana kulinganishana na
give the minority leader another 3 more minutes to conclude.
Give me 5, another 5.
3 minutes, leader. I will consider that request once the 3 minutes is over. But
I want to touch on important aspects, Bwana Speaker. Kitu kwanza Bwana Speaker aliweza kugusia mambo mengi mazuri, akasema habari ya sukari, akasema habari ya mahindi, akasema habari ya kahawa, akasema habari ya chai kimaendeleo, kwamba inaweza kusaidia namna gani. Lakini tukiangalia zaidi yale mimea aliyogusia, kuna mmea muhimu sana, ama mimea miwili muhimu sana kule maeneo ninayotoka mimi, kama upande wa Kilifi kunakuzwa korosho, na mkorosho ni kitu muhimu sana kwa maisha ya wakulima kule, na mananasi. Vitu vingi sana vinaweza kupatikana na kwa urahisi, maanake ile ardhi ni ile ardhi ambayo inatengeneza inaweza kukuza mimea kama mkorosho. Mkorosho na mnanasi na kama maembe vile. Ingekuwa vyema kama rais angekuwa aligusia pia kwamba serikali imechukua hatua gani kutenga kiasi cha pesa ambazo zinaweza kuwekewa kwa wale wakulima wanaolima ama wanaopanda mikorosho, wanaouza korosho, ama wale wanaouza mananasi, wanaouza maembe, manake hao pia ni wanabiashara kule. Hivi sasa tunajikuta katika hali ya mchochole. Ukiona Kilifi ni mahali ambapo kulikuwa kunaendelea sana, lakini utaona ya kwamba Kilifi hivi sasa mambo ya mkorosho, watu wengi hakuna kazi, vijana wameketi tu, watu wanaishia kula mgukaa na vitendo vibaya kuvitenda. Lakini mimi ningesema tu ya kwamba ingekuwa vyema pia katika hotuba yake ya rais, na pale alipo, akiwa atapanga chochote hivi sasa, aangalie na aone ya kwamba mkorosho ndani ya Kilifi unaweza kusaidia watu wengi kwa kupata mapato ya kazi. Mwisho, nilikuwa nataka kumpatia kongole rais kwa sababu ya mambo ya Adani. Adani ni mtu ambaye pengine angezorotesha nchi yetu katika hali ya uchumi, lakini aliona mbele, akaona ni bora ya kwamba niwaambie Wakenya hii pengine njia hii haifai. Na zaidi sana tuliona Trump mwenyewe alikataa hizo deal za Adani. Hata Amerika wakasema ya kwamba lazima ashikwe, na hatimaye mwisho hakumaliza hata siku 24. Sio kama sisi tukiambiwa mtu fulani ashikwe anaweza potea kwa wiki nzima ashikwe. Lakini kule aliposema ashikwe, Adani alishikwa mara moja chini ya kama masaa 24. Kwa hiyo tunasema hatua aliyochukua ilikuwa safi, na hatua aliyoagiza rais ya kwamba KETRACO waweze kusimama, wasiendeshe ile biashara yao, na vile vile upande wa yeye Adani kupewa kazi nyingine, atengeneze ya kama ni airport yetu. Bwana Spika, mimi nataka kupatia kongole kwa sababu ni jambo ambalo litasaidia uchumi wa nchi hii kutoweza kupoteza pesa ambazo hizo tunazihitaji zaidi, na ziweze kuchungwa ili zisifanyiwe ufisadi. Asante Bwana Spika.
You note, Leader, that you are unable to fully utilize the 3 minutes I gave you, and appreciate the timekeeping so that the rest of the colleagues who are interested in contributing can also get an opportunity. I now call upon Senator James Kamau Murango.
Asante sana Mr. Speaker. Kwanza ningetaka ni mwalifu Senator Mazoya kwamba nataka tu
Senator Murango,
naongea tu nazungumza tu niseme kwamba kwa hivyo nadhani mstahiki Speaker, asante sana. Basi nitataja tu niseme ya kwamba kuna mswada muhimu sana ambao tumekuwa tukizunguka kama ya ukulima katika Seneti, na tushaenda Kwale, tukaenda pia mpaka Lamu, na nadhani tutakapomaliza na ule mswada itakuwa ni rahisi sana kuhakikisha kwamba korosho, makandamia, ufuta na vitu kama hizo, pia nazi zinatiliwa maanani, kwa sababu sheria ambayo iko kwa sasa inafaa kuwa kufuatiliwa, na najua wakati itakuja katika bunge la Seneti tutapata kuungwa mkono. Mr. Speaker, kwanza nikitaka niongee mambo mawili matatu. Kwanza ni kwamba katiba yetu inaruhusu kwamba rais kuja kutoa taarifa katika bunge la kitaifa na la Seneti. na ni vizuri anakuja anaelezea mambo inayoendelea, yawe mazuri ama yawe mabaya. Nimpe kongole kwa sababu Swahili husema murina haogopi nyuki. Kwa hivyo mambo yawe mazuri ama yawe mabaya lazima yasemwe ili Wakenya waweze kujua. Mstahiki Spika, nitaongea kidogo kuhusu kilimo na nitakuwa nikalilu wa akili kama sitasema kwamba mbolea ya ruzuku ambayo serikali imekuwa ikipeana imesaidia pakubwa wakulima. Na mwanzo ilianzia vizuri, imeendelea, lakini zile taasisi na nyenzo za serikali ambazo zinafanya kazi katika Wizara ya Ukulima lazima atie bidii na sana sana waweze kuangalia kwamba kile kilimo ambazo kinafanyika, kwa sababu chakula kingi ambacho kinachalishwa inafanywa kwa misimu. Mstahiki Spika, kama leo nimepokea simu fifi, kwa kimombo missed call, hapa kutoka kwa wakulima kutoka eneo la Mwea ambao wanasema ni kweli mbolea iko, mbolea ya kupanda iko, na mbolea ambayo inayowekwa wakati mimea inaendelea kukua bado iko. Lakini zile sheria ziko pale ni kwamba saa hii wanavuna, wanachukua mbolea ya kupanda. Wanaambiwa mikakati yenye iko lazima kwanza wachukue mbolea ambayo inawekwa mmea ukiwa unaendelea kukua, na lazima wachukue hiyo mbolea kwa sababu hawajafungua ile mbolea ambayo inawekwa mchele wakati unapandwa. Mstahiki Spika, unajua madini ambayo inatakikana na mmea wakati unapandwa ni tofauti na ile ambayo inatumika wakati mmea ni mkubwa. Kwa hivyo ningeuliza Wizara ya Ukulima iweze kufungua, kwa sababu mbolea ishanunuliwa, mbolea iko pale, iweze kupewa mkulima, kwa sababu ikiwekwa pale itakuwa haina maana. Mstahiki Spika, unajua changirizi ya chungu huwa hata ndovu. Shida tulizo nazo ndogo ndogo zile za mkulima ambaye amecheleweshwa kupewa mbolea ambayo serikali ishanunua na kupeleka mahali pale, ndio inasababisha kwamba yule mkulima kwa kujiandaa na kutoa chakula ambayo inatosha anarudi nyuma. Na kwa hivyo kama wale ambao wako katika taasisi ya NCPB kama wangeweza kurainisha ili wakulima wapate voucher na mtu apewe mbolea ambayo mifuko ambayo wanahitaji, itakuwa ni vizuri zaidi, kwa sababu unapoenda pale unapata yule mtu ambaye anataka kulima anataka mifuko 10 ananyimwa, anapewa mfuko moja, lakini mbolea bado iko pale. Wale wanaofika mapema waweze kupewa mbolea ili waende wakalime. Mstahiki Spika, nitaguzia pia kuhusu kuuliwa kwa wanawake kwa sababu imezidi sana, na si jambo la kawaida, kwa sababu kawaida mwanaume venye ameumbwa kwamba si wa kupiga ama kuumiza wanawake, na rais amesema kwamba yeye mwenyewe hataruhusu mambo hiyo kuendelea. Sasa kuna Wizara ya Usalama, kuna DCI, kuna polisi, kazi kwao ili waweze kutafuta wale wanaume ambao wanafanya mambo ambayo hayafai. Mstahiki Spika, tunapoendelea hivi kuna siku 16 za wanaharakati kuhakikisha kwamba mauaji ya wanawake imepungua ama imemalizwa kabisa, lakini wakati ambao unaotumiwa wakati mwanamke anapoumizwa na kushikwa, nadhani bado tunafaa tuangalie zaidi na tuweze pia kuhakikisha kwamba wanaopelekwa wanafungwa kabisa, kuhakikisha kwamba wale ambao wanatambia kama hizo hawata kuja kuzifanya. Mstahiki Spika, ukulima ni jambo la maana sana, na ukweli ni kwamba bei ya kahawa inaendelea kupanda. Leo nilikuwa naangalia pia bei ya kahawa katika soko la kimataifa, na ni kweli imeendelea kupanda. Pia kuna pesa inayopeanwa wakulima ambayo inaitwa cherry fund, na kuna pesa ingine ambayo iko commodities fund, ambayo hiyo pesa iko na imewekwa na serikali. Lakini KPC inafaa ifanye njia ya kupata ile fedha iwe rahisi ya mkulima wa kawaida, nyanya anayelima kahawa, isiwe ni ngumu, isiwe ni jambo msalangambo ya mtu yote ambaye anataka kuchukua zile fedha, ili waweze kuchukua na wingi na tuongeze ukulima wa kahawa, kwa vile kuweza kununua miche na kupeana, kwa sababu najua kwamba ukulima pia umekatuliwa. Juzi nilikuwa naangalia katika runinga nikaona senator wa Makueni, gavana wa Makueni akipeana miche ya kahawa na kusema kwamba anajaribu kuhakikisha kwamba mazao ya kahawa imeongezeka katika gatuzi la Makueni. Na mimi ningeuliza magavana katika ukulima, kwa sababu ukulima umekatuliwa, pia waende wapambane wahakikisha kwamba wakulima wanapata miche aina tofauti tofauti, kama ni mikorosho ipeanwe, kama ni maparachichi ipeanwe, ili wakulima waweze kufaidika. Mstahiki Spika, afichaye mgonjwa hufichuliwa bila kilio, na nimesikia wengi wakiongea, na mimi nitaongea juu mambo ya ndani ambayo serikali ishaona kwamba ndani si mtu ambaye anaweza kufanya kazi hapa, na ndani hivyo ndo inavyofaa, kwa sababu Mstahiki Spika, jambo likionekana likiongelewa sana, wakati limeongelewa na rais, nadhani watu wanaichukulia kwa uzito. Nadhani hiyo ni jambo zuri kwamba akae kando, ili kama kuna njia nyingine yote bandala ya kuhakikisha kwamba viwanja vyetu vimejengwa, kama ni mambo ya kusambaza stima imefanywa, iweze kufanyika na mtu ambaye tunajua ni msafi, ambaye atatuletea hasara. Mstahiki Spika, pale ninapotoka kuna shule inaitwa Muslim School pale Sagana. Kwa muda mrefu sana imefikisha hadhi ya kupewa secondary, ambayo mpaka kwa sasa hivi wamekuwa kilia. Nilikuwa nimetuma barua hata kwa waziri, na kwa sababu mambo ambayo inasemwa wenye kwenda pale kufanya kazi ya mkono ni mawaziri na wale makatibu katika zile wizara, pia ni vizuri waangalie na kuhakikisha kwamba zile shule zinahitaji kupandishwa hadhi, zipandishwe ili watoto wasije wanaenda kwenda safari ndefu sana kwenda kutafuta elimu. Nikimalizia, Mstahiki Spika, nitasema kwamba mimi kama mwenyekiti wa kamati ya ukulima katika kamati ya Seneti, mkulima ni mtu wa maana sana. Tunahitaji mkulima asubuhi tunapotafuta staftahi ya asubuhi, saa 4 wakati tunapokunywa chai ambayo iko na maziwa na majani pia, saa 7 katika chakula cha mchana na chakula cha jioni. Tunamhitaji mkulima zaidi ya mara 5 kwa siku kushinda mtu yeyote yule mwingine, na kwa hivyo kufuatilia ile bidii imewekwa kuhakikisha kwamba mkulima anafaidika. Tuendelee kuwasikiza wakulima. Ni kweli walituchagua, na unajua chemichemi si mtemi, ukitaka maji mpaka uiname. Hiyo ni kusema hata wakulima anakaa wandogo ni wandosi wetu. Tuwasikize, na tumeendelea kuwasikiza kuhakikisha kwamba wamepata kila kitu wanaohitaji ili tuweze kuzalisha chakula kutosha katika nchi na waendelee kuimarika. Asante sana Mstahiki Spika.
Senator Beth Shengo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity also to speak to the President's speech on the state of the nation. First of all, I want to really thank the President and appreciate him for the speech that came, and for the first time that I heard speak to my heart. Mr. Speaker, I would touch on a few areas which the President's speech touched on. One is to thank the President for assuring Kenyans that Kenyan shilling has stabilized, and that is the truth, against the dollar. Mr. Speaker, this encourages Kenyans who are also in diaspora, because we know they contribute a lot to building the economy of this nation. So with the shilling stabilized against the dollar, it is a plus for us in this country. I also want to thank the President on the measures taken on the food security. In the President's speech, he spoke on the measures that have been taken to ensure that we have food security in this nation. When people are starving, it's women and children who suffer most. And for me, as the women president of ODM stroke broad-based, I'm so encouraged to know that the President has people at heart, and he is thinking of how this country is going to be food secure. On CBC, the education system, Mr. Speaker, I've seen and heard some people casting some doubts. But the way CBC is taking place and how it was explained in the speech, it is taking shape. We have grade 7, grade 8, grade 9 that are in junior secondary school, and that is the JSS. And Mr. Speaker, they are adding to senior secondary, and our children are going to be prepared with the skills that to enable them to face this life and earn a living. I would say we only need extra steps to be taken to take this education system in the right direction. And as CBC takes shape and effect, our education system will improve. Mr. Speaker, as some of us have already alluded, it is true. The government has hired more than 56,000 teachers. And because it is a process, more are waiting to be hired. But I would only request that as teachers are hired, they consider those who completed their colleges or their universities earlier, so that they don't wait for so long before employment. Let's give them chance as we look forward for employing more teachers. Mr. Speaker, on the healthcare system, the president spoke about SHA and SHIV, but one thing excited my heart is that he gave direction on Taiva Care. Talking of the achievements and things that the government has done, I felt and sensed frustration from the president. The team that is working with him, the ministers, the permanent secretaries, and the entire team within the executive. Mr. Speaker, for me, I sensed some frustration because the team is not giving enough attention to the direction that the president is taking. They need to be more committed. They need to understand their mandate clearly so that the president is helped to deliver to Kenyans. Mr. Speaker, if the direction the country is taking is achieved, Kenya might be a nation where others will come to benchmark. On the women leadership, Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate the president. He spoke clearly on how women leaders are not lesser leaders and they are not lesser human beings. I was excited then, but I have a question. Because we know Kenya as a country, we have been struggling with the actualization of two-thirds gender rule. I would only plead with the president as the head of this nation that he takes decisive steps to ensure that two-thirds gender rule is actualized. It is our constitutional right for women to lead in this nation. It is a constitutional right for even the National Assembly, as we speak, is not constitutionally constituted because we have a gender, women gender is not correctly represented. I plead with the president, Mr. President, sir, would you take decisive measures? I remember during your campaign time, you even spoke and signed a women charter. What went wrong where? Let this be actualized. And then we'll have women in leadership. No gender should take more than two-thirds in leadership. Mr. Speaker, allow me to say that from the president's speech, as we wait for 2027, I would urge more women to come out and contest for leadership positions. And I would ask our men, our women, to elect women in elective positions so that we may not even be pleading for the two-thirds, but women will be elected through the ballot and they will take the positions. Mr. Speaker, I want also to comment on the femicide. It is so disheartening to see our Kenyans rising against each other and killing one another. I would request the institutions that are charged with the responsibility to ensure that if a crime is committed, actions are taken. Immediate action is taken Those who are found to be criminals are punished, and the law takes its course against those who are killing women. It is so bad for people who are supposed to live in love, then they are the ones rising against each other. A husband killing the wife, or maybe a boyfriend killing the girlfriend. We need those who are charged with the responsibilities, the police, the DCI, and every other institution that is charged with the responsibility to help curb this crime of femicide. Mr. Speaker, on corruption, I keenly listened to the president because this has been kind of a cancer in this nation. And it is my belief that the president is committed to handle corruption. May I speak to Kenyans that please, we put our country first, we cease from corrupt things, and we make sure that we follow the law. And every Kenyan deserves the best service in this nation. Mr. Speaker, I would say the president cares about these Kenyans and about this country. And that's why he listened to the cry of Kenyans and stopped their done deal that was coming to this nation. Kenyans had cried, others had said that Adan is okay and he can continue. But the president confirmed that he cares for this country, and that's why he stopped Adan deal. Finally, Mr. Speaker, as I finish, as I conclude on this, I would request that all of us as leaders in this nation, we join hands to build this nation, not considering where we come from, which language we speak, which ethnic group we belong, and we stand as Kenyans, defend this country, and make sure we build this country. We have a responsibility to leave a united country for our children and our children's children. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. As the president continues.
Senator Shango, your time is up. Senator Shango, give her half a minute just to conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much. I was saying, as the president is now uniting the country and moving forward, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga will be elected when he becomes the chair of African Union. And this nation is on the right track. African continent will become great. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Shango. Lastly, Senator Danson Mugatana.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, may I take this opportunity to laud His Excellency the President for a very good State of the Nation address, the SONA, as is well known. Mr. Speaker, on page 81, after he had finished addressing the nation, His Excellency the President submitted 3 reports. One report on the progress of fulfilling international obligations of the Republic is submitted to the National Assembly, but the other 2 reports on measures taken and progress achieved in the realization of national values is submitted to the Senate, and the second report on the state of security is submitted to the Senate. Mr. Speaker, it is my interest to debate the report on the state of security. Mr. Speaker, the President captured a very critical issue that is nationwide. He discussed in this report, when I read it, about the national challenges, the regional challenges, and the international challenges that this country faces. And he gave what measures
he needed to deal with, and what his government and his administration, which we strongly support, is taking action on those various three fronts that are bringing challenges to the republic of this country, of this nation. Mr. Speaker, when we talk about the national security challenges, the president in that report explained that there were skirmishes on mineral prospects in Marsabit County, and he also mentioned that there were problems between Kitui and Tana River counties, and he went on to mention about border disputes involving Kisumu and Kericho counties, Taita Taveta and Makueni counties, and he discussed what those challenges were at the national level. And he said that he had issued a moratorium on the gold mines in Marsabit area. But then he also said that his government, as far as dealing with the border problems were concerned, he was going to do some of these measures which he said he will implement. The first one is creating peace building and conflict resolution programs. Now, Mr. Speaker, where Tana River County is concerned, and especially the border skirmishes that happened between Kitui County and Tana River County, Mr. Speaker, I allowed the president that in his plan from this report, peace building missions and peace building initiatives and programs were going to be invested in by this government. Mr. Speaker, we need those programs like yesterday. Our people, especially between Kitui and Tana River borders, where there's been a lot of tension, they need these programs to roll out like yesterday. I would have been very happy if the president would have also said that he is allocating this amount of money through this agency to go on these peace programs. Why? Because, Mr. Speaker, when you go on both sides of the divide on these borders, it's the same people who are living. And these are what we call resource-based conflicts. It's the same people who are living. In fact, you wonder why people are fighting, but people are fighting, and actual dislike has a reason, and some people have even translated that to community hatred. Mr. Speaker, these peace-building efforts must start today. I'm mentioning them specifically because he stated in that report that that is number one thing he was going to do. We have the National Cohesion Body. That commission, Mr. Speaker, needs to be empowered to carry out these missions. Mr. Speaker, we need to have peace champions along those border areas. In Tana River County, Mr. Speaker, on one side, we are facing problems with Kitui. On the other side, we are facing problems with Garissa County. On this downside, it is with Kilifi County. Because our county is so vast, people tend to think all the land is in Tana River. Our only good neighbors who have never shown interest in grabbing our land is Tharaka Nithi and Lamu County. But our other neighbors have consistently shown an interest in trying to come for land from Tana River. And this, Mr. Speaker, should stop. Mr. Speaker, the president said in that report that he, on Roman 2, that he will conduct an all-inclusive adjudication and delimitation.
Senator Mungatana,
Yes,
would you like to be informed by Senator Siango?
I wish my time would stop. If that time can be stopped, then I don't
Senator
mind
Siango,
the
proceed.
information.
I will grant you an extension of your time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to inform my good neighbor and my chair that Tana River borders Kitui County. But Kitui County people have never expressed any interest to grab land from Tana River. Actually, it's Tana River people who are aggressively advancing towards Kitui County. Kitui County people are very peaceful. They keep to their lane. They live in their land. They have never wished to grab any land from Tana River. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Johnson Mungatana, proceed.
I don't think
with
that information,
that,
Mr. Speaker, that information may not be useful for purposes of this debate. That is just a point of view, because the boundaries, we know that we've had an issue. They have their view, we have our view. But what I'm saying is that we need peace building efforts, and we support what the president has rolled out, but he needs to go beyond these good statements and make sure that the national cohesion, which is the agency that is seized of this, to be funded appropriately, so that the problems along Kitui Tana River, the problems along Garissa Tana River, the problems along Kilifi Tana River can be resolved as he promised. Mr. Speaker, the president in this report on the state of security also said that it is the program of the government that they will conduct an all-inclusive adjudication and delimitation of disputed boundaries to avert escalation of conflict. And Mr. Speaker, this is written in black and white, that the government will conduct an all-inclusive adjudication and delimitation of disputed boundaries. Now, Mr. Speaker, this is such a heavy statement, and he has already setted out all the boundaries that I've mentioned. And there are many, many, many counties which have been affected by this conflict. Mr. Speaker, the only thing that hasn't been mentioned is
Senator Mungatana,
Yes.
we are adding you the 1 minute I committed to for your conclusion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The only thing the president has not mentioned, Mr. Speaker, is where is the funding going to be found in this budget? For example, we know that he's going to present a supplementary budget before the National Assembly. I wish, Mr. Speaker, that the money for carrying out this all-inclusive boundary delimitation can be actually found. This should be treated as a very serious national issue. If it is contained in this report, it will be so sad, Mr. Speaker, if next year, a time like this, after the State of the Nation address, I will be sitting here to debate that this was there last year. Because no money was allocated, nothing happened. So I want to urge His Excellency the President and those who are sitting listening to us as we are debating this matter, that the question of boundaries is a very critical issue, and we need to find resources within these areas so that money can be allocated for boundaries. These disputes need to be resolved.
Senator Mungatana, your time is up. Honorable members, there being no other member keen on making contribution, I call upon the majority leader to reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to appreciate our colleagues who have taken time to speak to this motion and share their key highlights. That's the beauty of the mosaic called the Kenyan democracy. There are those who will see the good in what this administration is doing. There are those who see nothing good at all, And that's part of our democracy, Mr. Speaker. We must divide and celebrate it as it is. But as we have been reminded many times, Mr. Speaker, there are certain facts that there is nothing you can do about. There are things that you can debate. Mr. Speaker, anybody trying to argue that there has not been success in the agriculture sector, yet for the very first time, Mr. Speaker, we are not importing common food items that we used to import in so many tons, from maize to sugar, Mr. Speaker, that there has been a deliberate effort, Mr. Speaker, to subsidize production as opposed to subsidizing consumption, which was the case in the previous administration, Mr. Speaker, is lying to themselves. The beauty is that the citizens and the ordinary voters in the village can distinguish, and they know what is working and what is not working. The fact that this administration has avoided a sovereign default, Mr. Speaker, is something worth mentioning that hasn't been celebrated enough times, Mr. Speaker, because if it was not for the prudent leadership of the president, Mr. Speaker, chances are we might as well have defaulted as a country and faced very grave consequences, far more grave, Mr. Speaker, than the noise we hear and the statements sometimes which are generated out of ignorance by people either sometimes online from I don't know which parts of the country, Mr. Speaker, where people maybe out of the abundance of ignorance or total disconnect with the realities and the threats that are posed to this country by decisions that have been made in over the years, Mr. Speaker. So we must appreciate what has been done and take time to listen also to that which can be improved later. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, to appreciate those that have spoken to this and celebrate the beauty of our democracy, Mr. Speaker, that has been so ably shown by members this afternoon. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and beg to reply. Mr. Speaker, in accordance to Standing Order number 66.3, I wish to request that we defer the putting of a question until such a time as we may have sufficient quorum to take this motion to a vote. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Majority Leader. Pursuant to Standing Order 66, putting of the question as regards this motion is deferred to the next sitting of the House. I saw direct. Clerk, you may now call the next order. All right, honorable members, we now go back to order number 5. Clerk, you may call order number 5 under papers.
Order number 5, papers.
Senator Faki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, the 26th of November, 2024. The report of the Mediation Committee on the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill 2024, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, on behalf of the co-chair of the Mediation Committee. Thank you.
Order number 6, and notices of motion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of the co-chair of the Mediation Committee, Senator Roba, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that the Senate adopts the report of the Mediation Committee on the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of 2024, laid on the table of the Senate today, the 26th of November, 2024, and that pursuant to Article 113, sub-article 2 of the Constitution, and Standing Order number 167.3 of the Senate Standing Orders, approves the mediated version of the bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Clerk, you proceed to call the next order.
Order number 10, the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024, second reading, resumption of debate.
This motion is deferred to the next session of the House, sitting of the House, sorry. Call the next order.
Order number 11, motion, consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Bills number 5 of 2023.
Equally, in the absence of the chairperson, Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, this motion is deferred to the next sitting of the House. Call the next order.
Order number 12, motion, consolidation of bursary funds for equitable access to education in Kenya.
This is equally a motion that will be deferred in the absence of the mover, as well as members whose term was interrupted in the last session. All right, members, you may rise. Honorable Senators, there being no other business on the order paper, the Senate stands adjourned until Wednesday, 27th of November, 2024 at 9:30 a.m.
(75)2, and ensure that the bill, being a national legislation, emphasizes on the county government and not the county executive committee members. We are just basically aligning county government with the county, national government with the county government instead of the county executive member.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 29 be amended, clause 39 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 39 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 40.
I propose the question that clause 40 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Of Chair, I propose that clause 40 be amended as per the order paper. The import of this amendment, of Chair, is to ensure that registration alone is not sufficient. So we are bringing in the need for clarity that imports is upon registration and licensing for such imports. That registration alone is not enough. We need to basically have registration and licensing of these imports.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I don't see any interest in this. I now put the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 40 as amended part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 41.
I propose the question that clause 41 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 41 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 42.
I propose the question that clause 42 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
I propose that clause 42 be amended as per the order paper. The import of this amendment is to substitute the word county executive member with the county government.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Ondo. Members who are interested in this, you can go to intervention. I don't see any interest, so I now put the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 42 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 43.
I propose the question that clause 43 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 43 be amended as per the order paper. The committee just interchanged the names, county executive member with county government.
Thank you very much, Chair. I propose the question that clause 43 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 43 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 43 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 44.
I propose the question that clause 44 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the clause 44 be amended as per the order paper. This is in order to specify that the standards being applied are coffee standards and replacing national standards with established and approved standards, since the national standards conform to the international standards. We don't have to use the word, national standards.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable member for Tinderet, you can start. Honorable Meli.
Chair, I support what the chair said.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Wamushomba. Please give the mic to the Honorable Wamushomba.
Chair, this was a very contemptuous issue, and I'm happy that the chairperson has included or inserted the word international standard. So I support.
Thank you very much, honorable members. I now put the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 44 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 45.
I propose the question that clause 45 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 45 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, we removed the word comprehensive insurance, but because we do not talk about comprehensive insurance when it comes to insuring crops or crop products.
Thank you, Chair. I propose the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 45 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 46.
I propose the question that clause 46 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 46 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 47.
I propose the question that clause 47 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 47 be amended as per the order paper. The idea is that clause 47 is exactly like clause 45, so we delete and clause 47.
Thank you. Repeat on record, please. The justification for the amendment.
I see that, Honorable Chair, I propose that we amend clause 47 as per the order paper. Clause 47 is a repetition of clause 45.
Is that the reason, Chairman, you are deleting the clause?
Yes.
So you are proposing?
Are you deleting the whole clause or subclause 2? Subclause 2. I think that is
Oh,
clear.
yeah, subclause 2, sorry. I think as per the under paper, yeah, it's subclause 2.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The Honorable Chairman. Before I go to you, let me propose the question. I propose the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the chairman. You may go ahead, Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair. I wish to support the Chair of Agriculture. It's true, 47.2 is a reproduction of 45.3.
Yes.
So it's correct.
Thank you. The Honorable Sunkuli.
Yeah, but Madam Speaker, if you delete subsection 2, then what happens with the way the subsection 1 reads? Because it says every contract for milling of coffee shall be in writing and shall contain such information as may be prescribed. Where? So why don't you just remove the words also as may be prescribed? Who will prescribe?
Chairman. Chairman, the purpose of this deletion is because it was reproducing an earlier clause.
Yes.
So now what do you say about this so that we can put a question?
There is
It's
nothing
okay?
materially wrong with having as prescribed.
Chairman, please proceed.
You know, Chair, when you say as prescribed, the reason why we make the substantive law is so that it can allow the regulatory authority to make regulations. So it will prescribe. Now, those regulations would have to come to this house for approval.
Yeah, but I know the regulations will come before us, but can you therefore say because of being certain as may be prescribed by the cabinet secretary in regulations? At least make it readable, don't make it hang.
Will we be over legislating? Over legislating? Chair, I want to put the question. I now put the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I'll repeat that. I now put the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 47 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. Clause 48.
I propose the question that clause 48 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
I propose that clause 48 be amended as per the under paper. The reason being that, Honorable Chair, we introduce clause 48 as 45A as a new clause to improve on the flow.
Yeah, thank you. I now propose the question that clause 48 be deleted as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 48 be deleted as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Okay. Honorable Member for Tinderet, Honorable Meli.
I would request the chair to come up again to explain under which circumstances that is why he's deleting the whole of clause 48. Kindly.
Chair, please give justification to the House.
Honorable Chair, if the member, I would like to refer members to a new clause 45A, which will be moved later after we are done with the amendment. That 45A is exactly like clause 48.
Thank
so
you
we have
very
brought
much.
it forward for purposes of enhancing flow of the law. It's new clause 45. There's a 45.
So you are assuring the House that new clause 45 will take care of this deletion.
It is exactly the same as clause 48.
Okay, so members, I put the question that clause 48 be deleted as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 49.
I propose the question that clause 49 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Chair Agriculture.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 49 be amended as per the order paper. The reason being that we need to ensure consultations with all the relevant licensing authority takes place with the board. We are opening up for all licensing authority to be having consultations with the board.
Thank you, Chair. I now propose the question that clause 49 be amended as proposed by the Chair. The Honorable Dorothy Kiara, nominated member.
Thank you, Chair. I strongly support this amendment by Chair that it should be in consultation with all the relevant licensing authorities and not just the board and counties. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I now put the question that clause 49 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 49 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 50.
I propose the question that clause 50 be part of the bill. Honorable Ondo.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 50 be amended as provided in the order paper. And Honorable Speaker is basically moving from monthly to quarterly because requiring a typical coffee grower to submit returns to the board on monthly basis is onerous and cumbersome and unnecessarily too expensive. And as we already made amendments on, I think, on clause 32, we need just to be consistent from monthly to quarterly. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 50 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Oundo. Chairman.
Honorable Chair, I agree with the Honorable Undo's amendment. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Thank you very much. I now put the question that clause 50 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Oundo. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 50 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clauses 51 and 52.
I propose the question that clause 51 and 52 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 51 and 52 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 53.
I propose the question that clause 53 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 53 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, the coffee that is catalogued is the coffee that is on offer for sale. So any coffee that is not on offer for sale does not need to be catalogued.
Thank you very much. I now put the question that clause 53 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Oh, it's only that I'm not seeing your interest in the intervention. Okay, Honorable Samuel Chepkonga, please proceed, member for Enapkoi.
Thank you, Chair. I support the amendment, except I have a problem with the word with an exchange. The Chair needs to explain what does that, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. A grower or a broker appointed by grower shall in consultation with an exchange. Now, if you go to the interpretation section, there is no definition of what an exchange is. So I want to assume that you mean it's sold at the exchange, but you have not defined what exchange is. There's no exchange in the interpretation. So we may need to, Chair, you may need to consider defining.
Chairman?
Yeah.
What is your comment on this? Before the chairman, the Honorable Sunkuli, as the chairman prepares.
I just want to ride on Honorable Chepkonga's comments and say, actually, in the end, after we have passed, we will have to revisit the definitions, because that is one of them. And this thing called prescribed form or relevant authorities, they have not been described in the definitions. So there are things which are very loose. And in the end, Mr. Chairman, while we support you, you have to bring other amendments to make things more clear.
Chairman?
Honorable Chair, I would like members to go to the definitions. And on the definitions, an exchange is defined as meaning a company incorporated under the Companies Act and licensed by the Capital Markets Authority as an exchange for trading in clean coffee. That is the only one, that the coffee that goes through the exchange is the coffee that we need to catalog. We want to encourage direct sales. Coffee that goes through direct sales does not need to be cataloged. That's what.
Thank you very much. I would
We
like
are
to
not-
confirm that that definition is given, Honorable Chepkonga. And with that explanation, I now put the question that clause 53 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 53 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 54.
I propose the question that clause 54 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 54 be amended as per the under paper, and what you've done here is just exchange the word county executive committee member to county government. And you've also, the committee has also provided for clarity on some of the sentences. And this has to do with the with the subclause 5, but A, which means that ensure all coffee in the warehouse is under the custody of against fire, therefore, and other, ensure of risks. In other words, we leave out the word custody in this particular case because we do not want to include any coffee that is not necessarily in the warehouse.
Thank you, Chairman. I propose the question that clause 54 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Sonkuli?
Just in support, and also to remind the chairman that the other thing he's amending is that he's removing his or her and replacing with their. So I think that's the other amendment in that particular.
Yes, but you agree, you agree with him. I now put the question that clause 54 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 54 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clauses 55 and 56.
I propose the question that clause 55 and 56 be part of the bill. No amendment, so I now put the question that clause 55 and 56 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 57.
I propose the question that clause 57 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 57 be amended as per the under paper. The import of this amendment is to specify that the certificate that one should possess is a certificate of quality analysis.
Thank you, Chair. I now propose the question that clause 57 be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, I don't see any interest in this, so I now put the question that clause 57 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 57 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clauses 58 and 59.
I propose the question that clause 58 and 59 be part of the bill. No amendments, so I now put the question that clause 58 and 59 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 60.
I put the question that clause 60 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 60 be amended as per the under paper. There are a few issues that have been amended by the committee. The import of this amendment, Honorable Chair, is to ensure that the board collaborates with the licensing authorities in enforcement of industry standards for quality assurance. Also to provide for the board to develop curriculum for coffee liquors in consultation with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, which is the body mandated to develop curriculum for institutions of higher learning in the country, together with the accredited universities for emphasis on the county. sorry, also to put emphasis on the county governments and not the CEC, also to provide for sampling or, to be carried out for purposes of ascertaining the maximum permissible residual pesticides levels to ascertain compliance with set standards and not just to ascertain the pesticide residual level. Pesticide residual level is not the maximum residual level. The idea is the maximum residual level, which is the allowable level that should remain. And that's what the bill has prescribed. So also we are providing for the board to undertake compliance and surveillance in collaboration with the licensing authorities.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 60 be amended as proposed by the chairman. The Honorable Meli.
Chair, I want to say that this is one of the most progressive amendments by the chair. And I want to say that liquoring as we speak right now depends on the whims of the individuals. There is no specific way. That's why at times some coffee is said to be of high quality, but you can ask the liquorer how the high quality is. He says it is because I myself have seen it right. Two, even the residual issues, Madam Speaker, I want to say that what the Agriculture Committee and the chair has done is actually to really promote coffee and to promote fairness and to make sure that there is quality, especially in testing and analysis of coffee. Thank you.
Thank you, member for Enapkoi, the Honorable Samuel Chepkonga.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. In fact, I also want to join the Honorable Meli in agreeing that this is indeed a very progressive amendment. The reason being, I've been in coffee industry. It has never been quantified how coffee is tested. In fact, when I take my coffee to the mill in Eldred, and it is being tested after it has been crushed, so I asked him, so how do you know which grade is this one? He tells me out of experience. You know, there is no law. You know, we have been subjected to some kangaroo testing. No, at least now we have now some law which guides or now other criteria that the testers will follow. And I remember I attended together with the chair the international conference on coffee, which was in where Obama comes from. It was in Illinois. It was in Illinois.
So you agree?
It was in Illinois. And we found there were professional testers and they are guided by standards like this one the chairman is proposing. So you, chairman, you are very progressive. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable members, we go to the Honorable, one more. I'll give to the Honorable member for Gishugu, the last one on this.
This is a space that coffee farmers have been shortchanged for a long time, and requiring that there is adherence to the international standards will also require cooperative societies to have representation who are qualified for the purposes of testing so that they can be able to get value for their coffee. Otherwise, previously it has been left to the miller, to the marketer to decide what quality of coffee that the farmer will be paying for.
Thank you.
This space is very important.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 60 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 60 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 61.
I propose the question that clause 61 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the clause 61 be amended as per the order paper. The essence of this amendment is basically to change the words from a county executive committee member to the county government.
Thank you, Chair. I now propose the question that clause 61 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 61 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 61 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 62 and 63.
I propose the question that clause 62 and 63 be part of the bill. No amendment, so I now put the question that clause 62 and 63 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 64.
I propose the question that clause 64 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 64 be amended as per the under paper. Honorable Chair, the essence of this amendment is first of all to alter the percentum, that the percentum of the levy from 2 to 2.5%, and also change from coffee development to coffee development and marketing, so that you can emphasize on marketing. Honorable Chair, we have not been selling our coffee effectively in the specialty market because we've not marketed. So we are putting specific emphasis on marketing of coffee. And that is why we increased the levy by 0.5% and therefore revised the formula for sharing the levy, Honorable Chair. So we have revised the formula from what came from Senate to what we have right now. What we have right now increases the amount of money that is apportioned to the board for marketing to 15% instead of 10%. And I believe this is one of the issues that might come from mediation, because if you realize what came from Senate, I think the percentage of the money that is supposed to go to the county government is 25% to the county growing areas on pro rata basis, but we have put 10% in that particular respect, because we believe that what we have not done is proper research on coffee and marketing of the coffee as a product.
Thank you, Chairman. I propose the question that clause 64 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Dorothy.
Chair, I strongly support this amendment because marketing aspect is very key to our coffee farmers. So I support, Chair.
Thank you. The Honorable Sunkuli. The Honorable Professor Oundo.
Chair, and I want to seek the attention of the chair of the committee. Could the MP for Tinderet allow him to listen? Chair, probably you need to come out a bit clear, especially on D, on pro rata basis. I do believe it should be the purpose of the coffee board to ensure to expand the area under coffee production. As you have put it this way, Honorable Speaker, there is literally none for coffee development, so it therefore means the counties that do not grow coffee and probably have got ecological zone that can allow coffee growing will never manage to expand the acreage in coffee. For example, Busia County is very good for coffee growing, but since we had no expand the acreage in coffee, I don't know if you can agree to move it in some kind of amended form, so we have a provision for coffee development so that we can increase the counties that are growing coffee based on scientific research on their ability to grow coffee. Thank you.
Chairman, we could hear the chair, then you see whether you still need to react.
Honorable Chair, we have put 10% to the counties growing coffee on pro rata basis. Pro rata means the more coffee you grow, the more you get. So that part 10% will be apportioned for crop development in those counties. This is the expansion of the new area. Coffee as a crop has been developed in this country. So we may need that right now to open up more areas, and we realize that 10% is sufficient to improve on how much of an area you can expand. Maybe when you talk about opening up new areas in the totally new counties, that is an issue that probably we need to debate upon.
Honorable Meli.
Chair, I want to.
I
really wanted to beseech the chair that this levy is supposed to promote coffee growing, coffee development, and more importantly, to even incentivize new areas to make sure that we have coffee. By allowing 10% for coffee development, yet this is the money that we levy the farmers and we levy the crop. 35% to the institute, Madam Speaker, 20% for the board, almost 15% up to the board for marketing purposes. So the board here is taking almost 40%. This one is actually upside down, Madam Speaker. And I want to request that these other crops like tea, sugar, has given a farmer a more prominent role, especially in this levy. Even the building of roads, even the issue of educating cooperative farmers. All these should actually have a higher percentum than what is provided here. I want to ask the chair that these actually be relooked again. Yes.
Okay, Honorable Mwenje.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, my concern is on this 10% that has been proposed in the amendment, and the chair has rightly pointed out that it will go to, it might have to be one of the issues that goes to mediation. I'd want him to reconsider, because I believe the fact that this grant was going to help in development, especially in growing areas, and the Senate in its wisdom passed it to be at 25%, that even if he considers that to be a higher figure, would he be open probably meeting them halfway and probably reduce it to maybe about 15%, 10%? And yet this grant, this conditional grant is something that would do quite a lot for coffee farmers in the counties where they're growing the same. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chepkonga. You can make the comments brief.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, when you talk about all these percentums, these are percentums on 2% that has been deducted. So people should not assume that it is a lot of money. It is a minimal amount of money. And secondly, you know, when we talk about coffee growing areas, there is no country that has been barred from making an attempt to grow coffee. Like, for instance, Uasin Gishu has not been a coffee growing area. But because of our attempts to grow coffee, we have now become a coffee growing area. Nothing will prevent the Honorable Oundo himself personally. And I think he can come to my farm and I can introduce him to coffee farming. And I can give him some seedlings for free so that you can become a county growing coffee, even when you have only 3 seedlings. So I support the amendment, Madam
You support
Chair.
the amendment by the chair. The last one, honorable members, will be the Honorable Amushomba, and then we put the question.
Thank you. Chair, I have a problem.
And honorable members, as you comment, please bear in mind that it is 10% of the 2%.
Yes, we understand it's 10% of 2%. But I have a problem with any money going to the county. And I want to cite an example of tea farmers because they have gone through the pain that we are just about to expose the coffee farmers through. When money used to go to counties in the name of, when the money used to go to the tea factories in the name of repairing roads, the cess money, farmers used to maintain their own roads. But when that money was diverted back to the counties, those cess roads were neglected. And right now farmers are struggling because counties pick the money, but they don't make roads. When we agree that we are going to give county money that is supposed to be for farmers, in any way, county will never give back that money to the farmers. So for me, any other remission is okay, but that one for the counties, they have already collected enough levy through pulping, licensing, permits, through the warehousing and any other activity. But when it comes to the revenues of the farmers, personally, I have an objection.
Honorable members, I'll now go ahead to put the question. Oh, Chair, you'll be the last one.
Okay. Somebody else?
Is it burning? Is your card in there? Yeah, your card is there. Honorable David Kiplangat, member for Soy, please proceed.
Yeah, I think I've been following the proceedings, but on this one, being the member for the Committee of Agriculture, it's important as we make laws, especially now that we have come from tea, we have come from sugar, we are now in coffee. If we look at the quantum that we are dealing when we were dealing with sugar, the issues of money going to counties was such a big debate
that maybe majority whip. I think I should be heard in silence.
No, just
Yeah.
proceed. You are being heard very well. Proceed. And you have now half a minute.
Yeah, so what I was saying, it is something that went for mediation, and it is important that whenever we are pushing money to counties, we know very well what they are going to do. So I propose that what we did in sugar, we also did in the we also do it in the coffee, so that instead of the 10% going to counties, we can reinvest it within the coffee board, so that it is the coffee board that will use to develop those areas, whether it is infrastructure, whether it is what, but we retain the way we are done in the sugar, we also do in coffee.
So
and then the
thank you.
percentage can go up. Thank you.
Chair, you
Okay.
will be the last one on this.
There's somebody else? Okay.
Chair, you have already commented, Honorable Wamushomba. Then can I just give the members, we bear in mind that this is a committee of the whole. I give the chair. Thank you very much, members.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Number one, the reason why we are saying that 5% should go to the Coffee Research and Training Institute. We want Coffee Research and Training Institute to come up with technologies, innovations, and management practices for coffee. New varieties for new areas so that you can open up Kenya for coffee. That's number one. Number two, the money that is designated for county. Look at that particular statement. It said 10% to the county's growing areas on pro rata basis as a conditional grant for coffee development. This money is going to be domiciled at the board, and it will be the discretion of the board to give a conditional grant, even if a county doesn't grow coffee, but it has the potential for growing coffee. The board can open up that county for coffee growing. So this is why it's a conditional grant by the board, not to be given to the governors. So this is, even if it means killing this, we better kill it. Because if you give this money to the governors, they will not do it. They will not do the work. They will not improve.
So thank you. So with the explanation from the chair, I now put the question.
Let me explain two things. The last two. The 20% to the board for regulatory purposes. We need the board to comb the entire area, map and zone Kenya, and develop regulations for each region based on the varieties that are suitable in those areas and the challenges peculiar and specific to those areas. And they oversight them. And then the final one is specifically for international marketing of coffee. We have not marketed our coffee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 64 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 64 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 65 and 66.
I propose the question that clause 65 and 66 be part of the bill. No amendment, so I now put the question that clause 65 and 66 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 67.
I propose the question that clause 67 be part of the bill. Chair, you have an amendment.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 67 be amended as per the under paper. What you've done in this particular clause, basically to remove Senate and National Assembly and leave Parliament, because it's just Parliament.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 67 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 67 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that, I now put the question that clause 67 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 68, 69, and 70.
I propose the question that clause 68, 69, and 70 be part of the bill. No amendment, so I put the question that clause 68, 69, and 70 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 71.
I propose the question that clause 71 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
Now, Chair, I propose that clause 71 be amended as per the under paper. Now, Chair, we are trying to increase the number of accounts. The bill proposes only one account, but we're saying that the board should have more than, can be allowed to have, the institute, sorry, the Coffee Research and Training Institute can have more than one account. So we're just creating flexibility.
Thank you, Chair. I propose the question that clause 71 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 71 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I put the question that clause 71 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 72.
I propose the question that clause 72 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment?
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 72 be amended as per the order paper. Madam Chair, we have changed the name of Kari to Karo because there is a Karo Act of 2013, which recognizes Karo as Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization instead of institute. We've also provided for constitution of the council members who are going to be the board members of the Kenya Coffee Research and Training Institute.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 72 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 72 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Oundo, you have an amendment also.
Chair, I have an amendment as proposed in the other paper, and basically is that those members appointed through Farmers Association and the rest need to have to hold at least a post-secondary education certificate. Honorable Speaker, you are going to join a board of a research institute, a training institute. For you to understand their mandate and to contribute positively, there's some basic minimum education qualifications I'm calling for. Because the bill as it is, and what as it is, it only prescribes qualification for the chair, but leaves the rest of the members without any minimum education qualification. And that's why I'm asking the House to approve that we set some minimum education standards. That's a post-secondary education certificate. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 72 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Oundo. The first chance to the chair. The Honorable Member for Indikiri, you can start before we go to the chair.
I think this is a very important amendment by Professor Udo, because one of the biggest problems that we experience right now, particularly in this sector, is where people go and they're supposed to deliberate on very sensitive matters. They represent so many farmers, and these people must be able to articulate issues at the high level so that they are able to explain details to the farmers. Because of that, we need to have at least some minimum qualifications.
Thank you.
And I ask the chairman to consider that favorably. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Moses Kirima. Honorable Moses Kirima.
I share the sentiment of what my colleague has just said, only to hand that when it comes to the county part which I wanted to contribute, the matter has just been deliberated and passed upon.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 72 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Oundo. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 72 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 73.
I propose the question that clause 73 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 73 be amended as per the order paper. The idea is that the essence of this amendment is to include representation from county governments and the coffee traders.
Thank you, Chair. I propose the question that clause 73 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 73 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 73 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 74.
I propose the question that clause 74 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 74 be amended as per the order paper to correct some grammatical error.
Thank you, Chair. I propose the question that clause 74 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that clause 74 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 74 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 75.
I propose the question that clause 75